Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day today. We're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP, the XRP community. Now before we get started, I'm obviously not a financial advisor. This is obviously not financial advice. It's just for entertainment value only. But we can still see XRP is at 23 cents. It's still stable, going up and down here and there, a little bit. But let's just jump right into the news. The Rippling tweeted out, where is the price of XRP going? Take a look into the future. Now this is quite a funny tweet right here. Let's watch it.
How many years has it been?
84.
It's been 84 years and XRP is still at 23 cents.
So, that was just a funny tweet I looked at. I mean, who knows? Next is from Notorious XRP. The US welcomes responsible innovation, including new technologies like Ripple. This is intended to be a level playing field. XRP with trust. Let's watch this video. I won't put this out too loud.
Clear. The U.S. welcomes responsible innovation, including new technologies that may improve the efficiency of the financial system and expand access to financial services. That being said, with respect to Facebook's Libra and other developments in cryptocurrencies, our overriding goal is to maintain the integrity of our financial system and protect it from abuse.
Do the new regulations favor traditional banks, maybe in the same way?
No, this is intended to be a level playing field, whether you're MoneyGram or you're a bank or you're an online or you're PayPal. This is intended to be a level playing field. And again, what we do encourage
Level playing field.
Financial innovation away from traditional banks for electronic payment systems. Lots of people use electronic payment systems in dollars very effectively, and we'll continue to support those activities. We want technology to evolve.
Secretary, aren't you afraid of painting everybody with the same brush? You have some of the crypto guards that have been going to CFTC, they've been going with the IMF and Lagarde and the ECB and every regulator getting this done in the rules, and Libra sort of comes out. So you're sort of putting everybody in the same brush for all the
No, I don't think we're doing that at all. Matter of fact, as I said, one of the reasons why I wanted to speak about this is there's been lots of activity that's been going on for the last year on this. And, whether it's Congress or other areas of the press, because of Libra, it's caught a lot of attention and people weren't aware of all the work that's been going on. So that's the purpose.
Again, guys, the level playing field. So, new technology like Ripple is coming into play. Obviously, it would attack XRP. Ripple's XRP is being adopted by every Japanese bank. We could see here. Almost every Japanese bank is starting to work with Ripple's XRP. Japan's love for Ripple. Major banks will trade crypto. Again, guys, almost every Japanese bank is starting to work with Ripple XRP. Now, remember, I think this year is the Olympics over there for the 2020. So it's connecting. Like if we could connect the dots from the Olympics to Japan to the banks working with Ripple XRP, it feels like everything is connected. Next is from Brad Garlinghouse. We could see here Steven at WEF20 when asked about cryptocurrencies. There are benefits to cross-border payment systems in lowering costs for consumers and businesses. We absolutely support companies working on this. Critical to apply this pragmatism to US regulation. Now we could see here again, guys, Brad Garlinghouse, remember, he tweeted out this, and at WEF20 they stated there are benefits to cross-border payment systems, obviously, in lowering costs. Who doesn't want that, right? And seamless transactions, very fast transactions, very clean, guys. Next piece from RT. Central bank purchased a historical high of 374 tons of gold in 2019. They know that the dollar is going to collapse. Gold fund manager. Again, dollar going to collapse. And look at that. Central banks bought historic high of 374. That's a lot, but we could see they're preparing for what's going to happen in the future. XRP tweeted out, in case you missed it, they talked about a token economy, stated a standard is required. We could see here
It's interesting to kind of compare and contrast, as is often done in the blockchain space, to the early days of the internet when we really weren't faced with global disharmony of regulation. I can only imagine what taxation authorities around the world are paying attention and kind of thinking about all of this as well. What are some of the other challenges? Are there cybersecurity risks with the tokenization or the liquidization of these kinds of assets?
Yeah, definitely. This is new technology. Blockchain technologies really only existed for 10 years total. We're writing very complex protocols, the software is pretty risky, and it's operating in a pretty adversarial environment. So there have been a lot of bugs, a lot of vulnerabilities and problems with cryptocurrency technology that's being used to build these tokenized asset systems. And so I think we really have to be careful. We really have to be very cautious. We also have to think about things like standards and best practices. One of the really exciting things about this technology is that it allows us to innovate in so many different areas around financial assets. For example, custody. Now we can think about custodying assets in a very different way, where we can spread out the risk of who actually has control of the asset. However, we haven't really figured out exactly what the standards should be for these new types of custodians. So there's a lot of challenges to figure out with best practices, with cybersecurity, definitely.
Again, guys, this is the World Economic Forum, and what are they talking about? Token economy. Stated a standard is required. Again, this is from XRP Crow. Ripple panel, change the financial industry from within. Speaker, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. 23rd January 2020. We could see there, Davos, Switzerland. Again, guys, this is quite interesting. Ripple panel, changing the finance industry from within. As we can see, this is going to be tomorrow. Only Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse is at Davos. Isn't that quite interesting? He got invited. Look at that panel. Next piece from Hodl South. Sounds familiar, XRP. Let's watch this video.
Financial crisis, we've seen this growth in an alternative architecture for how money can work through blockchains. Very recently, we've seen the growth in stable value cryptocurrencies or stablecoins backed by central bank money, US dollar currencies and others. But really, critically, the inflection point is also driven by two major facts. The first is an alliance of some of the very largest technology companies in the world announcing a stablecoin project that will reach billions of people, and a currency and a digital currency model that will allow people everywhere to transact with each other, people and firms everywhere to transact with each other with the same ease that we communicate and share data. And that's very deep at the core of the financial system. And we're also seeing stable value digital currencies being launched this year by massive national sovereigns such as China, who's introducing a stable value cryptocurrency built on the Chinese yuan and the RMB. And ultimately, that has tremendous implications where these digital currencies will be able to be projected out to any internet-connected device in the world with the same ease that we can share any piece of content to any internet-connected device in the world. And so we're getting to the core. And I think that's real disruption as opposed to at the periphery, the kind of let's make.
There we go, guys. China, you see, releasing its digital yuan. So it's going to be interesting what happens this year. Once again, a digital currency that will allow people and firms to transact with each other with the same ease that we share data. Again, guys, really everything is unfolding. Count X, Ripple to be welcomed by US government. During the WEF in Davos, Steven stated that the US government welcomes company like Ripple without using names. I have my eyes on 2020 this year. From Grim Ace, we can see here who's representing BTC, ETH, or any other coins out there at Davos. Anyone? I would like to know. I am hoping the answer is no one. Again, guys, look at that Ripple. You see, Ripple went to Davos. Did anyone else, guys? Leave in the comments if any other team went there. Look at that. Ripple's already out there. Jack the Rippler, boom! US-based companies testing Ripple remittance services to process transactions in trillions of dollars. Everyone will use XRP. Again, guys, more news, more positive news we see every day. The Rippler tweeted out this video. Let's watch it.
That discussion is live.
Where do you see the biggest advantage to stablecoins?
Well, it's about having a technology that cuts across borders and that can help cut the cost and improve the speed of cross-border payments, which everyone agrees now are too slow and too costly. So I would say the top priority for the global community is not about CBDC. CBDC will come in, so central bank digital currency. It will come in due course in different ways, and we're working on it. But the top urgent priority is to improve cross-border payments, in particular for low-income and developing economies, because that's a matter of financial inclusion and that's a matter of growth for the global economy.
The delicacies here, and that you can't speak about ECB policy.
But it's not
CBDCs, guys. Once again, more news and more news and more news and more news. Now, guys, we're to the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. This is quite interesting. Reborn tweeted out, the stars have aligned, everything connects. A hidden message is stronger than one that is clear. Reverse bear. Mr. Poole tweeted a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure this was deleted actually. And then he goes down, more stuff, more news, more stuff. Yep, so I'm pretty sure Mr. Poole tweeted all these pictures but deleted them afterwards. So everything's aligned, guys. That's what everyone's saying. The Riddlers are saying. So it's quite interesting to see what's going to happen. Now, Baba Cook comes back and tweets a lot of stuff, as we can see. We could see here. Did you catch his message? They are ready. She is ready. We got the owl there. We got Donald Trump. We got so it begins January 2020. CKJ confirmed February. Congratulations to all those who have hodled. All your dreams have been achieved. We could, again, month 1, market makers, XRP, gold. So it begins. Again, what is that? Christine Lagarde and Brad Garlinghouse. And another president. So it's just hilarious what's happening because there's so many tweets. Look at that. There's just way too many tweets of what's happening in the Riddler community. Mr. Poole comes back and tweets a lot of stuff again. We could see here this tweet right here. Listen carefully. So I'm guessing Davos. And then if we go up here, we could see this. So I'm pretty sure silence, silence, silence. And then, so right there is silence, silence, silence. And then, so nothing, nothing, nothing. Then suddenly. And then this tweet is just not found. But we could see right there, 1. So what do you guys think about, all these Riddlers, tweeting all these things? But hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe. If you guys haven't already, I will see you guys in my next video. And hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.